I just unboxed the brand new Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 FE and S10 FE Plus, and I already played a bit with both tablets and sadly found one big weakness. I will get to that soon, but first let's unbox these two tablets. Let's start our unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 FE and S10 FE Plus. Both are available in the US and Europe now, starting at $499 for the S10 FE and $699 for the FE Plus. We start with the unboxing of the Galaxy Tab S10 FE, and inside the box we've got the tablet first. I have the blue version here, but you can get it in a couple of colors. And then there's also the S Pen included. I also have an eject tool here. I have the Wi-Fi version, but you can also get it with 5G, and then you can also change the SIM card with this eject tool. We also have a USB-C to C cable and a bit of paperwork. Basically the same goes for the S10 FE Plus. We've got the tablet inside first. I've got some space gray, like a dark gray color here. Then again a white S Pen, an eject tool, a USB-C to C cable, and some paperwork. Like I said, I also got a keyboard cover for the S10 FE Plus because that one is bigger now than the predecessor. It's 13.1 inches in size and the predecessor was 12.4 inches. So the old keyboard doesn't fit anymore. But you can still use the S9 FE or S9 or S8 or S7 keyboard for the S10 FE. But for the S10 FE Plus, you need a new one. So inside that box, we've got some paperwork, then the back cover for the tablet that goes onto the tablet, and then of course the keyboard part. You can get it in black and white, and as you can see, I got the white version. And as usual, a full day has passed since I shot the first part of this video, and now I can tell you a bit more about both of these tablets. I ran a couple of benchmarks, played Fortnite quite a bit already, and there's some unfortunate news regarding Fortnite, like unfortunate news. We start with something positive first, and that is the design. I really like the design of the S10 FE series. It basically looks very similar to the S9 FE series. I have the S9 FE Plus here, so the bigger one. It has some scratches because it has been used, as you can see. The biggest difference compared to the predecessor is that the new tablets only have one camera on the back, while the FE Plus of the S9 series had two cameras on the back, now only one. And like I said, the older generation of the Plus version is a bit smaller at 12.4 inches, while the new one is 13.1 inches in size. But the basic design, besides of that, is identical. So we do get full metal bodies here that are only 6 millimeters thin, and with that even a bit thinner than the iPad Air. The FE Plus weighs 664 grams and the standard FE 497 grams. So let's go around the devices a bit. We've got a 13 megapixel main camera on the back, a Samsung logo, some stuff here for the antennas. That's what you see on the side. Then we've got a connector for the keyboard cover over here. Then a speaker. We've got a fingerprint scanner and a power button. And the fingerprint scanner works great, exactly like with the predecessors and very similar to the iPad 11 and iPad Air. Then we've got a volume rocker, some microphones, a micro SD card slot, and another speaker and a USB-C port. Sadly, it's only USB-C 2.0 and you cannot connect external monitors. I tried it already, it does not work, which is a bit of a shame, because that means while you can use Samsung DeX on here, the desktop mode, you cannot use it with an external monitor. That's a bit disappointing, but that has been the case with the predecessors already. Well, and on the front, we've got in this case the 13.1 inch screen here, quite thin screen bezels, fully laminated screen by the way, and a 12 megapixel webcam on the top. Now let's go to the displays of both tablets. The smaller one is 10.9 inches in size and the bigger one 13.1 inches. Like I said, Samsung says they are TFT panels, and to be clear, that's like an overall category. In the comments of the S9 series, I got like a lot of questions that they might have bad viewing angles or so, but no. TFT is the overall category to which almost all LCD displays belong, including IPS panels, and these I think are IPS panels, but in any case the viewing angles are very wide. They are quite nice, so I wouldn't worry much about that. They are nice displays. They have a 90 Hz up to 90 Hz refresh rate, so that's much better than 60 Hz, not as amazing as 120 Hz, but I think 90 Hz is quite a nice compromise. It should also be good to the battery. They get up to 800 nits of peak brightness with HDR content, so they are also quite bright. And we get a resolution of 2304 by 1440 pixels on the standard FE and 2880 by 1800 pixels on the FE+. So they are both very sharp, fully laminated, and overall they are very nice displays. And these will be great tablets for watching movies, especially the 13.1 inch one, which is really one of the biggest tablets, especially in this price range now. So the screens here are very nice. Now let's get to something that's not very nice, and that is the hardware and performance, the internal hardware. We're getting an Exynos 1580 chipset together with 8 or 12 GB of RAM and 128 or 256 GB of internal storage. Sadly, as you can see in my Geekbench 6 benchmark comparison here, the performance is better than the Galaxy Tab S9 FE series, which is great, but the performance is also worse than the Xiaomi Pad 7 Pro, which is cheaper, and also worse than the Apple iPad 11, which is also cheaper. Now, the performance of the Galaxy Tab S9 and S10 Ultra is better, but those are premium tablets that are also more expensive. Although the S9 is a bit older now and might not cost much more than the S10 FE, depending on where you're located and what deal you can get. So the benchmarks don't suggest amazing performance just because the Xiaomi Pad 7 Pro and iPad 11 are cheaper and are better in benchmarks. And indeed, when I played Fortnite, the performance is worse than of those two cheaper competitors. First, I tried to set everything to epic, 3D resolution 100%, FPS can only be set to 60, not even to 90, and it stutters, it's not playable. I had to reduce the settings all the way down to medium preset, only 50% 3D resolution and 60 FPS, and then it runs nicely, smoothly, at least most of the time at 60 FPS, but it doesn't look that nice anymore. So Fortnite runs much better on the Xiaomi Pad 7 Pro and also much better on the iPad 11. So sadly, especially in this price range, the Galaxy Tab S10 FE series are not great gaming tablets. I'm really a bit disappointed by their performance. They promise so much, but gaming performance, really you can get better tablets at even a cheaper price for gaming. So much about gaming. Everything else, of course, like multitasking and so on, runs great. You won't have any problems using Chrome and YouTube at the same time. You can use Samsung DeX a bit. All that will work fine. But high-end gaming is not so nice and not even possible on this series. What is amazing though is the S Pen. First of all, it's included in the price already, which is really nice to see. And then it works almost the same like on the very expensive Galaxy Tab S10 Ultra. The features are almost identical. The only difference is that these pens of the S10 FE series never have to be charged because they don't even have a battery. The S10 Ultra and S10 Plus S Pens, they do have a battery, and that one is used for some gestures like using the S Pen as a remote control in the camera app. But besides that, They work identical, are pressure sensitive, are comfortable to use, and they work really, really nice, especially together with Samsung Notes. So these are for sure one of the best tablets for handwriting and for drawing, and certainly better for handwriting and drawing than the iPad 11 and Xiaomi Pad 7 Pro. I really like the S Pen from Samsung, and yeah, while the gaming performance is quite bad, the handwriting and drawing performance is really nice. So if you're looking for such a tablet for the stylus, the S10 FE series might be the one for you. Now, let's get to the keyboard covers, and that again is a highlight of the S10 FE series. With the standard Galaxy Tab S10 FE, you can use the same cover as for the S8, S9, and I think also S7. Like this keyboard cover here, I think I got for the Galaxy Tab S9, like S7 I mean, many years ago, and it should still, and it does fit very nicely. You can also buy it new, of course, and then it has an AI button. This older one doesn't have an AI button, but it works very nicely, and you can use it to write documents, write some emails, and so on the smaller S10 FE. And then if you are getting the bigger S10 FE Plus, you also need a bigger new keyboard cover, which works exactly the same. So you attach it on the back magnetically, and if you want, you can use this back cover without the keyboard and just have, you know, a stand so you can watch a movie. Or you attach the keyboard separately magnetically, and it's comfortable to type on. It's almost as big as a standard desktop class keyboard. The touchpad is not as big as of modern laptops, but I mean, we have a really big touchscreen here. So yeah, overall, keyboard covers are great. I really like them. And like with the pen, if you're looking for a great tablet with a great keyboard and a great pen, you should certainly check out these two tablets. Yeah, but the gaming performance still bothers me. I really wish Samsung would have used a better processor here. By the way, for both tablets, you can also get cheaper slim cover keyboards. They don't have a touchpad, they don't have a removable back. They are a bit worse, but yeah, a cheaper version of these keyboards. You can choose between two of them. Now, let's get to the software. Both tablets are running Android 15 together with One UI 7. And what's really nice is that Samsung promises updates for 7 years. At the moment, it's not totally clear whether we are speaking of 7 years of security updates or really full OS updates, like they promised for the Galaxy Tab S10 Plus and S10 Ultra. I'm guessing it will be full OS updates, but at least security updates for 7 years are already great. And that means that these tablets will be up to date and secure for a very long time, certainly longer than pretty much every other Android tablet will be. Honor, for example, is terrible with updates. Xiaomi is a bit better, but not on par with Samsung at all. And the same goes for other manufacturers of Android tablets like Lenovo and so on. They don't release that many updates. iPads, of course, are updated for a very long time as well. So I really like these updates. One UI 7 has some AI features like circle search and so on. If you want to check out all AI features of One UI 7, check out my unboxing video of the Galaxy Tab S10 Ultra. There I'm going step by step through all the AI features that also work on these two tablets. Well, that's my unboxing video of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 FE and Galaxy Tab S10 FE Plus. My first impression is pretty good regarding everything except the performance. Like you've seen, I mean, this is just a first impression. I still have to review these tablets properly. But based on my first impressions, I will not recommend them as gaming tablets. The performance just seems to be too bad for that. Everything else is really nice though. I like the design. The IP68 rating is really nice. Like, I mean, you should be able to use them in a bathtub without big issues. I like that we get a fingerprint scanner. The S Pen is included. The optional keyboard covers are great. And we will get updates for 7 years, at least security updates, which is really nice to see. on Android tablets in this price range. So these tablets do offer a lot. They've got bright displays, sharp displays as well, but their gaming performance is lacking. So based on my first impressions, get them for many things except for gaming, but subscribe for sure for my full review of these two tablets. We will also compare them in detail with the Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 Plus, Xiaomi Pad 7 Pro and iPad 11, so subscribe for that.